Okay, the final video today is going to look at very quickly setting up a data entry form. Okay, so rather than our end users typing directly into these tables here and sort of typing in Mr. and then tabbing along and then Alex, we can create them something a bit more user friendly that takes away some of the stress of having to do data entry. Okay, so to do that we need to create something, so we need to head up to the create tab. Okay, and we're going to create a form. Now because I've got this table already open, I've already got the table selected, if I just click on this button, Microsoft Access will automatically generate a data entry form for me. So just watch what happens if I click on it. Okay, so I've clicked on that and already that table is beginning to look slightly better presented and slightly more approachable for a user, maybe with less experience of using ICT systems. Okay, so our task now really is to design this form to make it as user friendly and kind of as presentable and as professional looking as possible. Now to do that, we're going to head over to the view button again, and just like tables have a design view, forms also have a design view. Okay, so this is what the form looks like in real time. This will look like when your user interacts with it. If we flick it into design view, we can customize this a bit now and begin to get it looking how we want to look, however we want to lay it out. That usually begins with kind of arranging the fields on the form. So to do that, there's a technique that you always need to follow here, because at the moment if I try and resize one of these boxes, if I can get my mouse in the right place, okay, if I resize one of these boxes, everything kind of moves as a whole at the minute. I can't seem to individually resize the fields on the form. So to do that I just need to turn off the layout tab. To do that I've highlighted all the cells by clicking on the move arrow. I'll then move my mouse into the center and hover over and just right click, and you'll see you've got the option for layout, and at the moment because it's in tabular layout, everything is kind of united as one body at the minute, so we just need to remove the layout. And if we do that, it means that everything now has an individual its own set of individual properties, so you can resize and do what you want with them. So I'm just going to start to redesign this form a little bit and think about the amount of space it's going to take up, etc. Okay, so you need to customize the layout of your form and get it looking exactly how you want it to look like in terms of that. Flick back in design view, you can kind of see that all the changes I'm making have been updated onto the finalized form. Other things I can do, I've got the option to add buttons onto this form, which I think I will do. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit more space at the bottom here. I've got an array of options to make the form a bit more easy to navigate, and let's just draw on a couple of fairly standard buttons. Not quite sure what that is. Hopefully you won't get the same message. So we're going to press OK, and let's just have a navigation button first. So find next record would be a good one. Yeah, find next record. Let's do that one. Oh no, go to next record. That one next. Let's put an icon on the image for that button for me. If I wanted it to be text on the button, then I could do it like that, but I think I'll stick with the icon because that's fairly clear and obvious what that means. So I'll just click on next. Not too worried about the command name on the button, so I'm just going to click on finish. Okay, and I've added my first button on. So and it's the same process again, and I can kind of build up my functionality at the bottom here. So record, let's have one going to the previous record next. Unsurprisingly, the arrow going the other way. Press next again and finish. Okay, and let's just preview that. Okay, now at the moment I've only got one. I haven't even got a record in my database yet, so there's no record for these to navigate to. Let's just see if we can add one or two more useful buttons. I think we can, so let's go down here and draw another one on. So look at some different places. So we've got add new record or save record. I think that could be quite a nice one. So once I finish typing in, I obviously want to save my record to my database. So let's do a save one. You'll be familiar with that icon up there. Again, I think it's fairly clear what that means, so I'm not going to change that. I'm going to press next and then finish, and now we've got a save button on there as well. And let's just put one more on, fairly common button, but again a useful one. From time to time you're going to want to delete your records from your database, so let's put a delete record option on there as well and press next. And again, fairly clear I think as to what that icon represents, so press next and finish, and we've got an array of functionality on there. Okay, by all means add further buttons, that you feel are appropriate, and explore that a little bit and see what kind of options you got available, but I've just put kind of 4 of the most common ones on. Things we can do, we've got themes for the form, so the colour schemes involved, so you might want to have a play around with that as well, and set up the actual style for your pet shop. Give the form a name as well, so this one I'm going to call my owner registration form. Owner registration form. There we go. Okay, I could replace that with maybe the logo of my particular pet shop, so if you guys want to go and find one, that's absolutely fine. But the whole point is, at the end of your design process, this form should look pretty professional, and ready for someone with little experience to use to complete the owner registration process. Okay, so do a little bit of a better job than I've done on mine. I've just shown you the skills. You go and practice them now and turn that into a professional looking data entry form.